All right, guys. So you may or may not have heard, but there was an alleged mass event that just took place involving a man with a firearm and a SLC protest for No Kings, and the media is saying that this guy opened fire on a crowd of individuals and one was unalived. But I did a bunch of research, and I'm just trying to put everything together. And this is probably going to come out a little bit later, but this is the guy right here, and they're trying to label this dude. This is the pro-Trump extremist guy you need to look out for. These are the kind of MAGA people, just like the one dude who ran over people and in the crowd right there. I mean, let me show you an image of him. Here's the guy that was the alleged person driving the vehicle who ran over some protesters. They're going, this guy's pro-Trump. I don't know. I don't have any details on the dude's background, but something just seems fishy about this. But back to the matter at hand with this dude that they got over here. Let me get this guy here. So I did a bunch of trying to figure out, because I caught wind that something's a little up about how this thing all went down. This guy definitely did have some kind of weaponry and was trying to blend in with crowds of people. But after I did some research, several different items popped up, and so it's if you so I'm just going to read it right quick. More details have come to light about the shooting at the SLC last night at the No Kings protest. The guy in the video, this guy right here, okay, had pulled his rifle out and was aiming into the protest crowd, allegedly about to shoot some people. A legal carrying citizen shot 3 times to stop him, accidentally unaliving a 34-year-old man. This dude in the video then proceeds, this man right here, then proceeds to try to get rid of his tactical gear, and then takes his backpack and tries to blend in with the crowd. As you see in this video, I'm reading this person obviously does like a YouTube video, which I'm doing right now. And so technically, not to say this guy wasn't going to, but this guy didn't. It was a person who was a legal carrying citizen at the rally, who may or may not have been undercover. I don't know. The details of that have not came out. However, the guy right here it's another one of those situations where I feel like this isn't another pro-Trump guy. I think that this is a dude that's been conditioned by some form of mental conditioning from whatever methods were necessary, through algorithms, could have been close contact through deep state operative type people. But you got these kind of people geared up and ready to go to create a narrative. And yes, I'm leaning towards, a lot of people don't even think, you need to learn about this, but there is MK Ultra. There is things out there that will to condition people. And so I don't know what there's to be a manifesto. A manifesto had lots of people like this. And they caught the dude. We'll get on to that in a second. But they caught that dude who unalived those 2 lawmakers. And man, it just has a deep state wrote all over that too. But, the dude's alive, so we'll see what happens. Maybe there'll be some testification. But, so yeah, there's that. There is that. I know that I've talked a lot about these protesters are a way for them to get a narrative set if the right conditions pop off. They want their George Floyd of people. So that is that thing. Let me show you about the dude that just caught the guy in the woods nearby his house. By the way, nearby his house. Here's the dude that's unalived those 2 lawmakers allegedly, and this was an image from Libs of TikTok, by the way. They said they got him. And let me show you what was talked about here. So you've got the article reading out: Minnesota assassin Vance Belter arrested in the woods near his Green Isle home. And authorities on Sunday found Lance Bolter's vehicle abandoned by Sibley County, Minnesota, near the intersection of Minnesota Highway 25 and 301 Avenue in Faxon Township. According to Fox 9, a separate vehicle designed to look like a police cruiser was found at Bolter's residence after the shooting spree on Sunday. Brian Eaton from News Nation reported that neighbors heard gunshots in the area early Sunday morning. Bolter's cowboy hat was also found in the area. Alpha News is reporting on this, by the way. I'm just kind of going through what was talked about here. But Vance Bolter is a suspect wanted in connection with the political assassination. Here we go with that. I'm reading the article from these people. So, an attempted assassination of Minnesota legislators has been captured. Sources confirmed with Alpha News. According to radio traffic, he was tracked into the woods in Sibley County when a drone flew overhead. He puts his hands in the air and walked towards officers in a SWAT vehicle. Multiple sources say he was spotted near a residence in Green Island and began running down a driveway into the woods, wearing all black with a backpack. And one point he was tucked in the fetal position and then began to army crawl until he eventually stood up to surrender. His capture brings to an end of a 48-hour nationwide manhunt that began Saturday at 2 a.m. when authorities say he unalived Minnesota Democratic Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette at their home in Champlin. And his Hoffman and his wife survived. Bolter then traveled to Democratic House Speaker Marissa Hortman's home in Brooklyn, where police say he unalived those people and her husband and all, and is posing as a police officer. This guy's got some seriously massive, strong ties to Tim Walz and the Democrat Party. And they said that they found a manifesto and they found a hit list of other people like Ilhan Omar to make it. They found the guy alive, so that's a good thing. And the reason why I say that is because every time something like this happens, it seems like it's strategic to take the guy out. Even though, like, I understand that it was probably necessary in some of the school situations, but I've been like, man, they need to not do this. And a real interview needs to be done, or a real interrogation, and to find out what happened to these people. Who put you up to this? How did you get to this state of mind? This is where that's where you need to do, because there's more to this story, especially when it comes to what happened in the schools with the people that are, wanting to switch their identities, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to be careful for YouTube, but by unaliving those people and not getting into the minds of those people is we need to figure out who's doing this, why it's doing this, what's going on with that. But I just, everything screams more to the story than just some dude who is disgruntled about something or something, considering this financial ties and all this stuff. So this program of MK Ultra has been going for a long time, and it's been very well fine-tuned. And with the advent of technology and algorithms, you can really focus in and pinpoint societal and personal thought engineering, in my opinion. So anyhow, this is where we're at. Take it easy, guys. See you soon.